This morning I was reading from the book of Hosea, chapter 13, and verse 6 really stood out to me. And it says, "When I fed them, they were satisfied. When they were satisfied, they became proud. Then they forgot me." And as I was contemplating that verse, God spoke to me, and He said, "Heather, suffering is a gift. Suffering is a gift from me to you that keeps me trusting in God." And that's not something that many of us want to embrace or to hear today, that suffering is a gift from God. But Paul even says it in his writings. He says, "I pleaded with the Lord 3 times to take this thorn out of my side away," because he didn't want the suffering. Who wants suffering in their life? Who wants the pain of a broken relationship? Who wants to deal with the hurt of a health issue? Who wants the financial struggle? Nobody wants it. We plead with God to take it away. But he says to Paul, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly in my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest upon me." You see, friends, if all we want is for God to just constantly satisfy us and constantly just be meeting our every need, we're going to forget Him, because we're going to become self-reliant. We're going to become independent people, thinking that, oh, life is good, we've got it all together, so why do we need God? Even for those of us who follow Him, I'll be honest, when my life is going pretty good, I don't pursue God as fervently. I don't pursue Him with the same type of passion or urgency. But when something in my life is awry, it keeps me on my knees, because I know that if I don't go to my knees before God, I'll quickly run to places of anger and despair, and to these pits of hopelessness that just are bad and not good. So God gives us suffering as a gift sometimes. Not so that we can say to the world, "Look at my life, it's so awesome and great, and God will make it perfect, and He'll bless you beyond measure with this perfect life." God gives us the grace and the strength to deal with life when it is less than perfect, so that His glory can be put on display. So that when the world sees your life, and they see that you're a follower of Jesus who is going through this health issue that is overwhelmingly difficult, or you're going through a rocky relationship that is painful, but you have joy, and you have hope, and you have peace. Those are the types of things that a watching world looks at and goes, huh, what's that about? How do they have that joy and that hope? And it goes the same with what Paul says. "My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly in my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest upon me." You see, friends, it's not so much about boasting in how great we are at worshiping and loving God and being strong for Him. It's more about boasting in our weakness. Say, "I'm not strong. I'm weak. That's why I need Jesus." It's more about being transparent with our life in a way that brings glory to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So be encouraged today that if you're walking through a difficulty, view it as a gift from God. And trust me, my own heart doesn't want to really hear that, because I don't want to have to suffer. I don't want to have to deal with pain. But the truth is, again, is that, as Hosea said, "I fed them, they were satisfied. When they were satisfied, they became proud and they forgot me." Don't forget the Lord your God. Even in the midst of your suffering, He's there with you. Remember, it's a gift to you. Embrace it as that, and thank God for it. In Jesus' name.